Hello and welcome, Pocket Watch here, and it seems it's about time for yet another episode of Hanachirasu. So yeah, let's just go to the episode, but before that, I want to tell you something that I didn't realize, and the first one who realized that thing is Kageaki Minato. And it makes sense, because Kageaki interacted with her the most of the time. Itsuri has the same seiyuu as Muramasa. I didn't notice that. So yeah, thanks for noticing and letting me know. I would like never figure it out. But I guess you interacted with her much more than I did. So Kageaki, that's point on you. So let's just go to the episode with that, I guess. And let's see what's going to happen next with in Hanachirasu. So let's go. Leave up a like if you like the episode, dislike if you dislike it, you can subscribe if you're not subscribed. And check my Discord if you want to. Also, this is like loading a long time. I guess it gives me time to like give like this like little intro about like comments and stuff. So yeah, likes, thanks. It helps the channel a lot. Let's go. The Takiga Corporation ruled of Tokyo economy, and the Hokuto no Kai, Tokyo's largest terrorist group. The struggle between them lasted for decades, but has come to an end in the blink of an eye. 1 week. Only 1 week has passed since the Hokuto no Kai slew Katsuraba Kyoko. Barely a fraction of time since that war began. And yet, enough to bring it all to swift and certain ruin. If history is truly something to be revered, then this sudden collapse is an act of the cruelest abasement. Behold, as it all turns to dust. Hi, Igarasu. Okay, this is first. Okay, this is not a sprite, this is actual CG. And on actual CG, Igarasu looks pretty cool, I have to say. Your sprite is weird, but your CGs are cool. Yeah. Yep. Igarasu waits for his foe. Right leg slightly before the left. That is his entire stance. Without even drawing his sword, he calmly watches his enemy bear down upon him like the enraged bull. Huh. So I guess Igarasu technique is the EI, right? Or EOI? EI? EI, I think. So, yeah, EI. Like one swing. Also, my camera is too high, I think. Maybe not. Perhaps some might think him careless or foolish, but in truth, this is all preparations he needs. The guardsman steps in, bringing his staff crashing down from a high hold. Igarasu moves at the exact same moment. He spins to the right, using his left leg as the axis, while his left hand tilts his shaded sword upwards, and his right draws the blade. The uninformed man vanishes from sight for an instant. Uniformed, yeah. And Igarasu hears the hole of steel splitting the air just centimeters from his skull. What kind of timeline is that? Where are we? Wait, what? When he has come full circle, he sees the enemy bent forward by the momentum of his own strike. Igarasu's sword shines from the high above, his right arm, now fully exposed, up and to the left, extended. His spin continues, taking his body once more to the right, and his sword follows suit, circumambulating in a one-handed falling diagonal slash. The guardsman is still trapped in the motion of the attack, though his staff has failed to touch Igarasu, even at this point-blank range. It is cruel, no doubt, to ask him to defend against such a strike. Okay. Igarasu looks mad on this one. Yep, he definitely looks mad. Igarasu wonders if the man even had the time to pray before the end. Likely not. After all, neither does he. His blade follows into the guardsman's shoulder, claiming his life in the single merciless instant. Thus a nameless warrior became a nameless corpse. Karu no Ryu. Kutsukake. The building security system have already been neutralized. It should take at least an hour before they are restored. The VIP access card found after the Takigawa raids was indeed still active and self-take decisive. Okay, so this is him using the VIP card he got like in the from the blah blah blah. I forgot his name. I will call him Assassin. Machiru? No. I forgot his name. The assassin guy. I forgot his name. So yeah. Okay. I wonder if... Oh yeah, Akana is not here. Wait, are we going to lose Yumi? Yumi is here, right? Oh no, we're going to lose Yumi, I think. Because Akana is not here, he went to his sister. Well, shit. I'll take the guardsman. We'll eventually retake the building. The Ishima Patriots would have no trouble holding him off for a time. The remnants of Hokotomo no Kai, whom Watari gathered. Oh, Watari. Okay, that's the assassin. Okay, Watari. Gathered for this raid are few in number, but each is hardened warrior with many years of experience on the front lines. They will doubtless execute their duties with ruthless efficiency. Key? Sacrifice is for one purpose alone: to isolate the penthouse room on the top floor of the building. The guard corps occupied elsewhere, the lines of communication severed. The president of his has no hope of receiving reinforcements in time. Only one access remains: the very hollow hallway down, which Igarasu now races at the breakneck speed. Oh no, we're going to lose Yumi. Oh, when I feel like bad at her, we're going to actually lose her. He destroyed the door, controls behind him, and trusting that no one will be able to open it for some time. With the security system shut down, the emergency shutters that would have sealed off the office are unable to perform their duty. In other words, the Takigawa president no longer has any avenue of escape. Before launching the assault, the rebels' leaders promised to keep the enemy pinned for 20 minutes. No plan survives contact with the enemy, but Igarasu trusts that they will hold true to their word. For 1200 seconds, the Empress of Tokyo has less than 10 men to protect her, her allied personal guard, and the one hired sword in the crimson kimono. Yeah, he's not here. So that sucks. Needless to say, it is that Crimson Warrior, not the Takigawa president whom Igarasu has come to kill. But if he's not there, what you gonna do? Okay, there's possibility that Yumi will actually leave. What if he will like... I mean... Okay, that makes sense. Igarasu probably can take her as a hostage to lure out Akana. I think he will try to do that. That would make sense from his perspective, because he believes that Akana is like deeply related to Yumi and like to Takigawa. Like he would like just bring reinforcements if he needs to, which is not true, what we know. But that's different from what Igarasu is thinking, so he probably will take Yumi as the hostage. I think, okay. Even now, the odds are stacked against him. His enemy will have the advantage of numbers, just as he feared. However, he cannot hope for better opportunity than this. Descends tonight. His resolve renewed, Igarasu prepares to meet his next opponents. Yep. Yo! That's Choda. Okay. That's bunch of attacks. Bloody and actually awesome scene. Holy crap. That's exaggerated amount of blood, but very anime-like. Choda, Tantetsu, Ushioi. All techniques that begin from the shift. The purpose of AI is to keep your sword hidden and thus conceal the range and the nature of your attack. He meets 3 foes, one after the other, resheathing his blade after each. For the first, he draws while grabbing his sword at the tip of the hilt, another beneath the guard, thereby extending his reach and lying open the man's throat before he has a chance to react. For the next, twist his body to the right to evade the stab blow, while at the same time using the reverse grip down to cut his enemy from groin to sternum. Finally, a stealthy thrust from underneath his left arm takes the guardsman attacking from behind, full in the chest, puncturing his heart and lung. Okay, Igarasu is pretty freaking sick. And then we have the weird sprite. I cannot get over this. Why you are so weird? The 3 men, dead by his hand. What chance did he have? If he had not slain them, then he would be the one lying dead now. Well, good there's no law of balance, I guess. Igarasu knew that he was not so much stronger than his opponents, that the outcome of the battle was never in doubt. Night and day are worlds apart, but who can say precisely where one begins and the other ends? The one who follows the way of the sword, victory and the defeat are just uncertain. The training of Takigawa guardsmen focuses primarily on strengthening the body. One only needs to look at them to know this. According to one rumor, Takigawa hired a former American soldier to design their training program. While it is hard to believe that the foreigner has ever set foot in this city, it boggles the mind to think that there might be the foreigners here even now. There's something distinctly Western about Takigawa philosophy. It is one born of cold, logical pragmatism. No matter the situation, a strong body will never betray you on the battlefield. Intense physical training guarantees a strong warrior and becomes of the focus requirements. Neither complicated methods nor a large investment of time. I think it's a very high possibility that Westerns are actually here, and maybe not in the city itself, but in Tokigawa buildings and base maybe, because they pretty much control everything within the city. This is the biggest force in the city, I think. So that shouldn't be hard for them to actually smuggle some people here. They are probably the real power in Tokyo. Combat effectiveness is the combination of strength and technique. From the beginning of their training, Takigawa guardsmen focus overwhelmingly on the former, with no effort spared to make them the most powerful fighting force in Tokyo through physical primacy alone. The basic program lasts for 1 year, and in harshnesses it's said to rival that of the Imperial Army infantry, though focused solely on developing the muscle groups needed in combat. Anyone who makes it through emerges is no less than the monster. The staff training that follows merely sharpens the monster's glove. The daily regiment, to which full guardsmen adhere, is designed to further increase the strength and endurance that they acquired during basic training. This process is gradual, but its results are undeniable. When stood beside Igarasu Lankley frame, a guardsman in his prime appears a member of a wholly different race, not species. Takigawa's single-minded pursuit of strength has thus provided them with a highly efficient system of producing and maintaining a powerful army. But they are no match for the true master of the sword. Japanese school of combat, like Karu no Ryu, on the other hand, have solved mystery of the technique instead. So this is basically power versus technique. The Takigawa ideal is the first build a perfect body, then teaches the skill necessary to use it to the full potential. In contrast, the Karu no Ryu begins with the formula for the victory, then trains the body to execute that formula. But as giving power to principle, techniques are born. Training consists mainly of following predefined sequences of action, each designed to win in a specific combat situation. These are called forms. There are many who deride form-based practice as the waste of time. Reality will not conform to your expectations, they say. And of course they're correct. Most practitioners are unable to use their techniques in live combat. Yeah, I mean, that makes sense. Like, usually what you say in like training is not really happening in like real life. Like, enemy will not let you know that he's going to attack you, and you can like prepare a technique to like fight him, or he will be like slower than he should be, or like, you know, he'll aim for the spot that you expect. So it makes sense. Only like if you like truly master the situation, like the techniques and stuff, and you have like instant recognition of like situation, then you can like apply the techniques. Forms practice for the sake of the forms alone are nothing more than the stage performance. Once in a while, however, a student begins to realize that the true meaning of form is to not learning how to respond if the situation meets necessary requirements, but in learning how to guide the flow of battle into the desired shape. Yep, makes sense. And he starts to ask what he must do to direct the enemy into the needed position, and how he should react when the enemy does otherwise. Then mere form becomes technique. Only a handful of warriors are able to reach this level, and even then, techniques do not ensure victory. If the enemy betrays your expectations, sees through your plan for example, or attacks with greater speed than you anticipated, the defeat is inevitable. The pursuit of technique, therefore, does not guarantee the same raw power as does the raw physical strength. Makes sense, okay. That's an interesting concept, I didn't thought about this. But yeah, I guess that makes sense, because with like physical strength, you just like... you are just resistant and you are strong, and you can just deal with situation with your body. And with technique, if the technique fails, well, it fails. And your body, well, if your body fails, then it fails, but it's still jack of all trades, if you think about this. If, however, a warrior is able to master a technique that can be applied to any situation, no matter the variables, then he will truly become invincible. This is merely a dream, of course. Still, you can strive to reach it, climbing ever towards this castle in the clouds. Between the pursuit of strength and the pursuit of technique, no one can say which is superior. Either way, power is power. Whether the disciple of strength meets the disciple of technique in battle, however, it is always the latter who holds the initiative. Yeah, okay. Unless the former can overwhelm the latter's skill and cunning with brute force, he has no hope of victory. Just as President Personal Guard, though doubtless handpicked from the best Takigawa has to offer, are unable to lay a finger on Igarasu. Igarasu leans forward to duck the next enemy full horizontal swing. He feels the blood-chilling sensation of the heavy stuff flowing through the air, some millimeters above his back. And then he springs up to counter with a rising draw and slash. I like how Igarasu fights. I really like that his main focus of his fighting techniques are EI. I really like this concept. With a piercing scream that seems almost comical coming from such a large man, one more guardsman falls in a spray of blood. That makes 11. The count echoes inside his skull like a judge gavel, filling him with the guilt. He has no choice but to kill them, but that does not make him his actions just. Okay, you were right in the comments under the previous episodes. Igarasu Akana equals Kageaki. I swear this is like part of like Kageaki behavior. The two become of the two. Sorry. Two before coming to Tokyo. 4 the night raid of Takigawa's second division. The 5 today. Since swearing vengeance upon Akana, he has slain 11 men. If all lives are equal, then to take even one is unforgivable sin. And he has taken 11. Well, now the law of balance will like effect, and you will need to balance it out. He could declare himself a mass murderer with this record. Were he so inclined, but Igarasu takes no pride in his accomplishments. Head dangling like the revenant, rise from the grave. Igarasu races down the death-filled hallway. While running, he instinctively avoids slipping in the pools of blood glistering upon the floor. His body has already grown accustomed to murder. Well, that's not fun. 11 faces are burned forever into Igarasu's mind eye, frozen in the moment that his blade claimed their lives. Let me save here. I just want to save here in order to get the G if I need to. Of his face. What would his master say? Igarasu wonders. Were he still alive? Perhaps he would say nothing, simply a loop of Igarasu's head to be done with it. That would be ideal. In all likelihood, however, he would only shake his head with a disappointed sigh. That image, more than anything else, is like a dagger in Igarasu's heart. Fool, you have become the evil that you hated. I know, master, and yet... The ultimate goal of swordsmanship is to create a perfect human. When one can apply the way of the sword to all aspects of life, way of the sword, then he will never again draw his weapon, yet be victorious. Become the evil that you hated, huh? Yeah. I have some thoughts. Such a man is a true master. Igarasu recalls his teacher saying. In answer, he cries out in silent fury. Cannot man take back that he has been stolen? No, he can only forgive, but how? How can I forgive Akana? There's no justice in this world. Heaven does not punish the wicked. We need Ichijo for that. Therefore, I must make him pay, master. He takes the stars, 3 at the time, at least, reaching the top floor. And there, at the far end of the long, narrow hallway, towers a man who could easily be mistaken for a boulder. Oh, it's the guy! Oh my god, is he going to die? Or, like... I think he's going to die, definitely. For a moment, Igarasu is struck dumb by the resemblance to his late master. It takes some time before the name comes to him. Yep, it's this guy, okay. Yasaka Ryuki, okay. Okay, this guy looks sick in the CG. I love it. Also, look at the CG and like his scars on like face. He was slashed into the face with a sword multiple times. Holy crap. Takigawa Yami, last and the greatest guardian, bars Igarasu's path. His motionless bulk and maintained such terrible majesty as to drive any warrior screaming from the battlefield. However, master, Igarasu takes a step. Even were it you yourself bearing my path. Igarasu stood motionless, eyes lowered, unable to face that venerable visage. He's afraid. Igarasu trembles in abject terror, cowed by the weight of his own sins, and by the enemy, whose very aspect seems to proclaim his guilt. But it is not fear that has halted his advance. It is his own malice. 12. Wow, even before killing. Whew. God damn it. Igarasu was actually pretty good. I like him. I'm not sure who I like more, Akana or Igarasu. It's hard decision. It's really hard decision. I'm not sure. Let me know in the comments. Maybe you have like more distinguished taste, I guess, in characters. And you know who you like more, Akana or Igarasu? I wonder what's your opinion, because I generally don't know. I'm not sure yet. But I'm leaning towards Akane probably, just because I have more interactions with him. Probably, but I'm not entirely sure. Adding one more mark to the tally in his head, Igarasu kicks off the concrete floor. And? Wow, we just skip. Okay. The danger has already passed by the time Akana rushes through the doors of the hospital. The patient's vital signals are stable, and she has regained consciousness. Oh, okay. So we are at... yeah. So there was some danger, and it's okay now. Okay. Which is not to say that her condition has improved. However, the doctor tells the breathless Akana in the hallway outside her room. I wonder if his sister will die. I have a feeling like she will die, and he'll be devastated. Like all he did was for nothing, something like that. You know? I have a feeling like it's going to be the case, because he's probably mercenary for her sake. So he's a good guy, but also he's a bad guy. That's contradictory, kind of, but not really. He's bad because he's good. If that makes sense. Now that this crisis is over, she should be safe for a few days. After that, however, it's anyone's guess. Neither her body nor her mind show any sign of recovering. Even if recovery were possible, doctor finishes, it would require much more time and effort, if not divine intervention. What happened to her? Like, what's her condition? Is she like... what kind of accident did she been in? Is it because, like... because we know there was, like, a fire and burn. Like... what kind of injury she had in this, like... collapsing fire building that makes her that bad? The Dr. Blunt's statements are probably meant to avoid giving Akana false hope. Yeah. It hardly matters to Akana. He never expected anything from this quack. Never mind, he had no doubt numerous qualifications. He's heard all he needs to hear. Akana leaves the doctor office and heads to the patient wing. After making his way through the labyrinth hall, he reaches a room labeled Takeda Sho, and he knocks twice. Okay, so his name is...
Hi.
Oh! That's his sister? Well, they have like... cybernetic eyes mask stuff. That's pretty technological advancements, I would say. Wait, is she Cyclops from the X-Men? The room is large, made even more so by the near total lack of furniture. Perhaps this room is normally used as the storage space. Though neither Akane nor the Bedire woman in the corner can imagine what could fill this emptiness. Yeah, you are apparently in big trouble.
もちろんです。でも遅れてしまいました。
嬉しい。ごめんね。お仕事中だったんでしょ？
仕事中ったら雇われの護衛なんてのは24時間仕事中
Yeah,
ですけ
so...
ど。
yeah. Bodyguard. So she's like aware that he's like bodyguard. I said mercenary, but yeah. I keep saying mercenary, but I know he's bodyguard, if that makes sense. Don't worry about that. It's just kind of in my brain now. The woman look apologetic, so Akana shakes his head to put her mind at ease. Can she even see? Like, is she blind or not? Does it like allow her to see? Maybe it does. Walking over to the vanity, he pulls out the chair and takes a seat. It's a little small, but being made for a woman, but not small enough to inconvenience Akana.
逆に言えば24時間暇を持て余してるみたいなもんです。俺しか警護がいないわけじゃなし、問題はありませんよ。
Yeah, sure, about that. Yeah, about that.
ならいいんだけど。
Her voice trails off, leaving doubt hanging in the air. Akana smiles to reassure her, but he knows that it won't have an effect. He has to rely on words here, not expressions. So she is actually blind, so it's not helping her to look. She's not seeing him. So what's the purpose of this thing then? Wait, what? Game, explain this to me.
それより寝てなくて平気ですか？
うん。辛いのを乗り切った後は気分が良くなるから。
はあ、なるほど。わかります。
He examines her face while speaking, trying to gauge her condition. Her skin, normally deeply pale, is a little warmer than usual today, with a faint hint of redness. There's no sign of fever though. Well, at least she doesn't seem to be pushing herself too hard.
あかねもそんなことがあるの？
ありますよ。1週間続いた口内炎が治った時とか。
Okay.
痛いもんね、あれ。
ええ、あれが治った時はなんだかもう世界に向かって愛とか叫べそうな気分になります。
うんうん。
It's a childish reaction, are likely what make this patient seems younger than she truly is. Not to say that the visor covering her half of her face, visor covering half her face doesn't help. Also, now I think about this, Igarasu have no idea that his sister is alive, probably, right? Or where she is. Because he would wait for Akana at the hospital if he wanted to find Akana. So Igarasu have literally no idea that she exists. In fact, she's in 2 years, Akana senior, which of course makes her a fully grown adult. Okay. So she's 20, right? Or 21. And Akana is like 18 or 19. Because in Japan, you are adult at like 20 or 21. Right? Am I correct? I think I am. But you can clarify this for me in the comments. She wears the visor to shield her eyes, which were damaged in the fire several years ago. Okay. The blinding light and heat of the flames weakened them greatly, so that to look upon anything without protection causes her the most hideous pain. Okay, so she can actually see. Okay. Her eyesight was already devastated from the fire, so when necessary, the visual light filter makes her effectively blind. Oh, okay, so never mind. Her eyes were not her only injury. Nearly her entire body fell prey to the flames. Doesn't look like burnt to me, unless she's like burnt under the clothes. And even now, it's difficult to find a part of her that's not swathed in bandages. Pretty much every daily life part of her, like you would normally walk around, is not in the bandages. But yeah, I guess like her whole body is like in bandages, I guess. The skin is the body's first line of defense against disease. Such a widespread damage allows harmful organisms free access, placing her life in constant jeopardy. Yep, this sucks. Like, the burns are freaking horrible. Like, seriously. Like, I saw like some like medical stuff about like burns and like different degree of burns, and this thing is like more dangerous than you think. Like, normally. You would think that's, yeah, it's just like some burnt tissue. No, it's not. In her condition, it must be difficult for her to even sit up and talk. Akana decides to try again, to convince her to lie down.
姉さん、そろそろ休んだ方がいい。
でももう少し。
どうかしたんですか？
That's unusual. She almost never put up such resistance. Shaw has something of a complex about her situation, believing that the only thing a person like her can do is try hard as possible, not to inconvenience those taking care of her. She also obeys to her doctors and nurses to such a degree that they have even become reluctant to ask more of her. She shows particular defense to Akana, probably because she feels that she is imposing on him most of all. He wonders what has brought this on today.
眠るのが怖いの。
Okay,
怖い？
I guess that makes sense, like she's probably afraid that she will not wake up. Another moment passes in silence and then...
死ぬ夢を見るから。
Or that! That sucks too!
毎晩同じ夢を見る。同じように死ぬ夢。起きた時には覚えてないんだけど、なんでかな、そんな風に感じるの。
気のせいですよ。じゃないとしても、夢はただの夢です。
そうかな。
ええ。
Even his efforts to reassure her, however, have failed to leave the dark cloud from her mind. Her soft voice is still thick with despair.
私思うんだ。私はきっと毎晩本当に死にかけているんじゃないかって。そしていつかそれが夢じゃないことに気づいた時、私は死んでいるんじゃないか。
Well, everyone dies.
姉さん、
おかしいよね。
She smiles weakly, clearly not believing her own words.
私そう思うと怖いの。何もできない私なのに生きてたって。
No, don't say that. Oh my god.
きっと死んだ方がいいのに。
I'm still not attached to her, but seriously, oh no. I hate this, no.
ごめんね、茜。こんな私で。
Yeah, don't say that. Akana jumps up and sees her white, trembling hands on his, overwhelmed by the premonition that if he allows her to continue down this line of thought, its weight will crush the life from her once and for all. Yep. You cannot just go into depression like that in this situation. I mean, it's very easy to get into depressed state in this situation, but holy fuck. Her hands are tiny and frail, a mere shadow of what they once were, but that is trivial. Her skin is warm, attesting to the life blood flowing through her body, and this is all that matters.
あなたはこんなところでは死なない。俺が死なせない。
茜。
今の俺があるのはあなたのおかげだ。あなたが覚えていなくても、その事実は変わらない。
Interesting! You might not remember. I am who I am today because of you. Huh!
姉さん、
Very interesting. Unable to see her eyes through the visor, Akana instead directs his words to her hand, to the life coursing within.
俺は今戦っています。あなたに答えるために。意味がわからなくても構わない。聞いてください。俺はあなたに答えて戦っている。
Okay.
だからあなたには最後まで見届けてほしい。
Interesting.
生きてください。最後の時まであなたが生きてくれたなら、俺はきっとあなたが生き続けたことに意味を与えてやれる。
Now I want to know more about her and Akana. Some kind of plot twist is coming, I guess. The word comes of their own accord, speaking to something that Akana himself does not fully understand. But he may not yet know what form it will take. he's nevertheless certain that he speaks the truth.
意味。
だから
He squeezes her hand tightly, tightly as though to keep her soul from slipping away.
お願いです。死んだ方がいいなんて
Yep,
思わないでください。
yep, I don't like it as well. She says nothing. He knows that mere words can't save her life. She's hanging on the edge of the abyss even now, and nothing he can say will change that grim reality. But if she believes that his empty reassurance, even the slightest, tiniest bit of power, that alone can keep at the bay for a time. Death always takes a few weak of her heart first. Takes the weak of the heart first. Though it may be impossible to delay it forever, a strong will can postpone the inevitable. Akana feels her finger trembling across his hand. She clearly still has doubts. After some time, though, she places her other hand gently over his.
姉さん、
Smile, huh? She says nothing, just like before. And this time she blushes ever so slightly. Perhaps she's embarrassed by her own weakness. If that is the case, then Akana is satisfied that he has succeeded. She should be fine now. After all, someone who had truly given up on life would have no reason to feel shame. He breathes a sigh of relief and sucks it right back it when his phone rings, startling him.
あ、いけね。
Well, crap.
ダメだよ、あかね。病院じゃ電源は切っておかないと。
すいません。
Well, there's no point ignoring now. He pulls the ringing phone from his pocket and checks the display. It's Yumi. It's Igarasu, not Yumi! Okay! Well, crap.
なんだ？
It's actually Yumi, okay, but... she's not sounding very well. The first thing he hears is Yumi's hysterical cry. Akana frowns and caps the phone to his ear. Whenever the subject, a conversation with Yumi, is not something he wants overheard. You know what? I think we'll have this in the next episode, actually. We'll make this episode a bit shorter. We just met... we had a bit of like glimpse of like mindset of Igarasu, and we met Akana's sister. I think this is a good part to end. And then we'll have like this talk with Yumi in the next episode. And possibly Akana rushing back to his like fight with Igarasu or something, who knows. So yeah, anyway, that will be it. So thank you for joining with me for this episode. Let me know in the comments, who do you like more, Akana or Igarasu? And yeah, maybe you have your favorite, maybe you don't. Just like I don't know. So yeah, anyway, that will be it for this episode. Thank you for being with me, thank you for your support. Big thanks to my channel members as well. I appreciate your support, thank you. I hope you enjoy the episodes as well. Your yearly episodes as well. And yeah, I will see you all in the next episode. So thanks again, and for the Pocket Watch, it's going out.